Stellar Blade, the highly anticipated action RPG, faced immediate criticism upon release. The game, developed by a renowned studio, had been on the radar of gamers for months, with trailers and teasers building up significant hype. However, the excitement quickly turned into disappointment for many. The Gamer, a prominent gaming news outlet, published a scathing review. Known for their in-depth analysis and honest opinions, the Gamer's review carried a lot of weight in the gaming community. Their critique was not just a casual observation, but a detailed examination of the game's various elements. The review focused heavily on the game's portrayal of female characters. The Gamer highlighted that the character designs seemed to prioritize aesthetics over substance, which they felt was a step backward in terms of representation in video games. The Gamer argued that the character designs were overly sexualized and objectified women. They pointed out specific examples within the game where female characters were depicted in ways that seemed unnecessary and gratuitous, sparking a conversation about the industry's treatment of female characters. This critique sparked a larger debate about censorship and creative freedom in video games. On one side, there were those who believed that developers should have the freedom to create without restrictions. On the other, there were voices calling for more responsible and respectful portrayals of characters. The Gamer's review ignited a firestorm of controversy within the gaming community. Social media platforms were flooded with discussions, arguments, and debates. Hashtags related to Stellar Blade trended for days as players and critics alike weighed in on the issue. Some players echoed the Gamer's sentiments, expressing discomfort with the game's portrayal of women. They felt that the game missed an opportunity to present strong, well-rounded female characters and instead fell back on outdated tropes. Others defended Stellar Blade, arguing that the character designs were a matter of artistic expression. They believed that the developers had a right to their creative vision, and that the criticism was an overreaction. This initial wave of criticism cast a shadow over the game's launch, raising questions about its reception among players. Despite the controversy, Stellar Blade managed to maintain a dedicated fan base, but the debate over its content continued to linger, influencing discussions about future game releases. At the heart of the controversy surrounding Stellar Blade was the game's depiction of its female characters. The game, which had garnered significant attention for its stunning graphics and immersive gameplay, found itself under scrutiny for how it portrayed women. Critics, including the Gamer, argued that the character designs were hypersexualized. They pointed out that the female characters were often dressed in scantily clad outfits that left little to the imagination, and their body proportions were exaggerated to an unrealistic degree. They pointed to revealing outfits and exaggerated physical features as evidence. These critics argued that such depictions were not only unnecessary, but also harmful, as they perpetuated a narrow and objectifying view of women. This, they claimed, reduced female characters to mere objects of male gaze, perpetuating harmful stereotypes. The portrayal of women in such a manner, they argued, contributed to a culture that devalues women and sees them primarily as objects of desire. The controversy extended beyond the game itself, sparking a debate about censorship in video games. This debate was not just about Stellar Blade, but about the broader implications of how women are depicted in media and entertainment. Some voices called for Stellar Blade to be censored or even banned, deeming its content inappropriate. They argued that such content had no place in modern video games, and that it was time for the industry to move forward and adopt more respectful portrayals of women. Others vehemently opposed any form of censorship, arguing that it infringed upon artistic freedom. They believed that creators should have the liberty to express their vision, even if it was controversial or provocative. This debate highlighted the complex relationship between creative expression, social responsibility, and the evolving cultural landscape surrounding video games. It underscored the ongoing tension between the desire to protect free speech and the need to promote more inclusive and respectful representations in media. Despite facing significant criticism and calls for censorship, Stellar Blade achieved remarkable success. The game faced a storm of controversy due to its bold themes and graphic content, which led to heated debates among critics and fans alike. However, this did not deter its creators, who stood by their vision and continued to push the boundaries of storytelling in video games. Stellar Blade achieved remarkable success. The game not only survived the backlash but thrived, winning numerous awards and accolades for its innovative design and compelling narrative. The developers' commitment to their artistic vision paid off, as the game quickly became a cultural phenomenon. The game garnered a large and dedicated fan base, captivated by its fast-paced gameplay, intricate story, and compelling characters. Players were drawn to the game's unique blend of action and storytelling, which offered a fresh and exciting experience in the gaming world. The community that formed around Stellar Blade was passionate and vocal, sharing their experiences and strategies online. Players praised the game's combat system, which combined fluid movements with devastating combos, offering a satisfying and engaging experience. The combat mechanics were finely tuned, allowing for a seamless blend of strategy and action that kept players on the edge of their seats. Each battle felt intense and rewarding, contributing to the game's overall appeal. Stellar Blade's success extended beyond its gameplay as players connected with its characters and narrative. The story was rich with emotional depth, exploring themes of friendship, sacrifice, and redemption. Players found themselves invested in the characters' journeys, experiencing their triumphs and struggles as if they were their own. The story, which followed a group of heroes fighting to save their world from an ancient evil, resonated with audiences. The narrative was filled with twists and turns, keeping players engaged and eager to see what would happen next. The game's world was richly detailed, offering a sense of immersion that few other games could match. Players praised the characters' depth and development, finding them relatable and engaging despite the controversy surrounding their appearances. Each character had a unique backstory and personality, which added layers of complexity to the narrative. The developers' attention to detail in crafting these characters was evident, and it paid off as players formed strong emotional connections with them. In a surprising turn of events, The Gamer, the same outlet that initially criticized Stellar Blade, published a glowing review of the game's recent expansion. This new review praised the expansion's story, characters, and gameplay, highlighting the developers' commitment to improving the game based on player feedback. The Gamer's positive review acknowledged the initial controversy surrounding Stellar Blade, but argued that the game's merits outweighed its flaws. The review specifically commended the developers for addressing some of the concerns raised about the portrayal of female characters, demonstrating a willingness to engage with criticism and make changes. The Gamer's sudden shift from harsh criticism to enthusiastic praise sparked a wave of confusion and speculation within the gaming community. Some speculated that the outlet had caved to pressure from the game's publisher or fans. Others questioned the Gamer's credibility, accusing them of hypocrisy or inconsistency in their reviews. However, some members of the gaming community welcomed the Gamer's change of heart, interpreting it as a sign of growth and a willingness to reevaluate their initial judgments. They argued that it was important for gaming outlets to be open to changing their opinions based on new information or experiences. The Gamer's flip-flop on Stellar Blade highlights a broader trend within gaming journalism, the tension between ideological stances and market realities. Many gaming outlets, including The Gamer, are driven by a desire to promote progressive values and challenge industry norms. However, they also operate within a market-driven system that rewards clicks, views, and engagement. This creates a dilemma for gaming journalists who must balance their personal beliefs and values with the demands of their profession. Criticizing a game for its portrayal of women, for example, might align with their values, but could also alienate a significant portion of the gaming audience. The Stellar Blade controversy underscores the importance of building trust between gaming media and their audiences. When gaming outlets are perceived as being driven by ideology or agendas, their credibility suffers. This can lead to a breakdown in communication and understanding between journalists and the communities they serve. To rebuild trust, gaming media outlets must prioritize transparency and objectivity in their reporting. They should strive to present all sides of a story fairly and avoid letting personal biases influence their coverage. Engaging with communities in a respectful and open-minded manner is also crucial for fostering trust and understanding. The Gamer's changing stance on Stellar Blade serves as a reminder that perspectives on video games are constantly evolving. What might be considered controversial or offensive today could be viewed differently tomorrow as societal norms and values shift. Gaming journalism, like any form of media criticism, must adapt to these changes while upholding journalistic integrity. Ultimately, the Stellar Blade controversy highlights the complex and often contentious relationship between gaming media and the gaming community. It underscores the need for open dialogue, mutual respect, and a shared understanding of the power and influence of video games in shaping culture and society.